In this video, I'll break down how to use my really cool paper rip transitions pack that's for sale on my digital store. The link is down in the description below. Now, if you're not using Final Cut, you still want to use these transitions, you actually can. They're actually not plugins and presets, they're just simply overlays. So let me go ahead and just break down and show you how to use these really cool transitions. So once you purchase the product from the link down in the description below, it should just send you an email where you can go ahead and download the file. Now it should come as a zip file, so you can see this is what it should look like. And basically all you want to do, how to open a zip file, is go ahead and click on the zip file and then just simply double click the zip file, and that is going to open the zip file, and then you should have a folder that says paper rip transitions with all 17 transitions in that folder. Now what I would recommend doing is putting that folder onto some sort of hard drive. For example, I have it on my Samsung T7 just so it's easy to access for future projects. Now because these aren't plugins and presets, they're just simply overlays, all you want to do is click on Command I, so click on Command I, just using the keyboard shortcut. Now we're going to go ahead and basically figure out where we have it saved, or just basically go ahead and locate where you have it saved. So for example, as you can see, my Samsung T7 hard drive, editing assets, and then if I scroll down right here, paper rip transition, if I go ahead to the folder, it will be closed like this. Go ahead and select on this arrow just to open up the folder. As you can see here are all of the transitions. If I go ahead and select on paper rip 1, as you can see, if I play one of them, this is what it looks like. Go to the next one, this is another one. And as you can see, basically this is what they are. They're just simply like overlays, and you're basically using like blend modes to create really cool transitions. So let's go ahead, let's say we want to use this one, so go ahead and select on that file, and then all you want to do is click on import selected, and that's going to import into your project. So if I go ahead and click on it right here, here it is. So just simple as that, you're just simply importing it into Final Cut. So as you can see, I have the 3 example clips right here. I'll go ahead and recreate the transition that you saw in the intro, just using these 3 clips. Now this transition could also work with like still images or photos, but in this case we'll just use video clips. Now I'm going to go ahead and do is create a gap clip just to make things a lot easier. So I'm going to go ahead and just place the playhead in between these 2 clips and click on Option W, and that will create a gap clip. Now what I'll go ahead and do is select the first transition that I want to use. Let's go ahead and scroll down, and let's say we want to use paper rip 6. So you're going to take the paper rip transition, you're going to place it on top of your clip right here, and you're going to go ahead and place clip number 2 on top of the clip and the paper rip transition. So go ahead and click on Command plus to zoom in a little bit. Now here's the important thing, is you want the beginning of this transition, the beginning of the paper rip transition, to start exactly where the second clip comes in, and you want the end of the paper rip transition to end at the end of clip number 1. So basically just exactly as you see it on the screen. You want to make sure everything, as you see, you want to make sure everything lines up. If it's off by a little bit, it's going to look a little weird. So go ahead and play the clip right here. As you can see, this is what it looks like. Obviously it looks really weird, but you're going to use some blend modes to make it look even cooler. So let's go ahead and select on this overlay right here. What you want to do is go to the blend mode, and you want to change the blend mode to Stencil Luma. So click on Stencil Luma, and now you can go ahead and see clip number 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold down the Option key, and we're just going to duplicate this paper rip overlay, as you'll be able to see later on. So go ahead, you're going to take this paper rip, you're just going to go ahead and drag it, make sure everything still lines up, and then place it right below clip number 2. And now what you want to do is you're going to select the paper rip transition, and then also hold down the Command key to select on clip number 2, and click on Option G. I want to create a compound clip, and we'll just name this 1 just to keep things organized. So click on OK, and now you have created a compound clip. Now what you want to do is you want to select on this one, the copied one, change the blend mode right here, scroll down, and you want to change the blend mode to screen, and there you go. Right off the bat that looks a lot better, so go ahead and play the clip. And this is what it looks like. Already it looks really cool, but let me show you a couple more things to make it look even cooler. So let's go ahead and place the playhead right here, and let me go ahead and show you a couple things to make it look even cooler. So let's select on this paper rip right here. As you can see a little bit of the border. So if we go over here to the X position, let's just move the X position over here, and as you can see, now you've added that really cool like paper rip edge. So we go ahead and play the video, wait for Final Cut to render. Let's go ahead and play the transition. As you can see, there you go. Now you can actually see like the really cool paper rip edge actually come in, and that's why you want to duplicate the paper rip before. So I go ahead and disable. As you can see, if you don't duplicate and place it below, you're not going to have that really nice paper border, and it's obviously not going to look as cooler. So as you can see, that's why you want to create that duplicate in order to create that really cool paper border. It just makes it look a lot more like a paper transition. So if we go ahead and disable it, this is what it looks like without it. It still looks like a cool transition, but adding that duplicate really kind of like makes that transition a lot more dynamic. And there you go, already that looks a lot cooler. As you see right here, there's a little bit of like a border right here. We can go ahead and select on this one and maybe just increase the scale. Let's go to like to 1, increase it by 1%, and then you go, now that like weird border is gone. So if that doesn't really bother you, that's not that big of a deal, but I just wanted to show you just in case you're wondering how to fix that. And there you go, already this transition looks really clean, and there you go, it literally as simple as that. It takes a couple minutes to create a really cool paper rip transition. Now let's go ahead and create a second paper rip transition. We'll go ahead and select on this clip right here, and let's just place this on top of our second clip right here, and let's go ahead and select on a different paper rip transition. Now this is the one that you saw in the intro of the video. Let's go ahead and select on a different one. So we can go ahead and select paper rip 7 and then just place it on top of the clip right here. Now as you can see those like yellow lines was kind of like snapping into place. In order to have that enabled, all you want to do is make sure this is blue. Basically it enables snapping, so things are going to snap into place. So just going to make things, it's just going to make your life a lot easier if you have snapping enabled. So let's go ahead and play the clip right here, and this is what it looks like. Now this transition is a little bit different than the other ones. As you can see, what really the transition should be starting out, it should be starting out black and then going into white. So as you can see, this starts out as white, so this is not really going to work in the same way we used this one right here. So you can go ahead and actually select on the actual paper rip transition, and then you can actually go over here to the speed option. Now as you can see, you can click on reverse clip in order to see. I'll go ahead and play right here. I can reverse the clip. Now it's going in the opposite direction, so if you want to do that with any of your paper rips, and then click on Command R, so we go ahead and place it right here. Now the transition is playing in reverse. You can reverse the speed, or if I also go over here, select on this one right here, click on Command R, I can bring up the retiming tool, and as you can see I can either like slow the transition or I can make the transition happen faster. So if you think the transition is happening too slow or too fast, you can simply adjust it by clicking on Command R to bring up the retiming tool, and then click on Command R again to disable the retiming tool. So we go and play right here. This is what the transition looks like right now. Now we're going to go ahead and select on this right here, select that transition and do the same process. Blend mode, change the blend mode to Stencil Luma, so select on Stencil Luma. Go ahead, hold down the Option key to create a duplicate and place the duplicate below clip number 2 right here. And let's go ahead, as you see, select on the paper rip and then hold down the Command key to select on the other video clip. Now we'll go ahead and click on Option G and then click on 2. Obviously you can name it, whatever you want. Click on Return, and then as you can see, there we go. Now let's go ahead and select on paper rip 7, the duplicated one. Go to blend mode and change the blend mode right here to screen. That way you can actually see the video below it. Now let's go ahead and play the transition and see what it looks like. As you can see, this already looks really cool. There we go, just as simple as that. Now as you see, in this case there's only like one paper rip, but in this case you have two paper rips. So if you have two of them or three of them, what I would do is I would duplicate this another time. So duplicate this one a second time. Now we'll go ahead and select on this. Now you can head over here to the position, drag it over here, and let's select on this one and then drag this position over here. That way we have those really cool like paper borders. So I go ahead and play it right here. So there we go, and then there you go, you have this really cool like transition. Literally as simple as that. It's a really clean, really cool transition. As you can see, here is the finished product. Here are just some really cool paper rip transitions. Now the link for my website will be down in the description below. You can go ahead and head to my website and download these really cool paper rip transition packs, and that's pretty much it. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you enjoy these types of videos, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And again, if you're looking for some really cool Final Cut Pro plugins, presets, overlays, transitions, definitely go ahead and check out my digital store. Anyways, I will see you in the next one. Peace.